We'll see you in the video when it's over. Oh,
Yeah.
are we live? Yeah, we're live now. Hello.
Hello! It is a Monday!
It sure is.
Woo! Everybody.
What does that mean for us?
That means we have to talk wrestling, whether it's fun or depressing. Today, folks, we are driving this car straight to Bumtown. Because it is a lot of rough news in the wrestling community.
Is that what we decided to go with? Bumtown?
I coined this as Jordan was talking. Depressling.
Depressing. Oh, I love that.
That is so good. Yeah, I'm impressed with that one. That's
the shirt.
That's us today.
That's the first shirt.
That's the name of the show. Depressling.
Depressling.
And actually, like Prozac on the back or something, like a typo shirt.
Oh, wow. Yeah, today's special episode brought to you by...
It's the nothing shirt. It's the nothing shirt, but it says Depressling.
Depressling.
Yeah.
Well, good day, everybody, I guess.
Good day, folks.
Bumtown, that's good.
I don't like the... Oh, Alicia's gone. Oh, she's back.
She's back.
Am I? Because it's freezing on my end, and I don't know why.
You are frozen.
Oh, well, this is a fun
It's a very flattering...
It's a great freeze.
Good. That's
pearly white freeze, if I do say
the
so.
The main concern was that not getting back into the chat.
Okay, switch to the headshot. We're back to the froze.
Flash of the headshot, back to the freeze.
Why is this happening? All right, well, guys, I'll be right back in 1 second.
All right. Well, we'll set this up, folks. I don't love that. Like we have like a title of this show.
Yeah.
Are we not live no more?
Oh, we're live, but it's gonna look real funky till she comes back.
That's true. We just got a hold.
Yep.
It's just a hold.
Hold.
All right.
Brothers
hold. I'll just say that while we're waiting for Alicia, I never love having to do headlines like this. Like, is there drama?
Yeah.
Is there a problem? Oh.
Yeah, it's all.
I now see in the video that I'm like in the top of
Here we go. I got this.
Okay, she's back.
I got this. Oh, fix. Never happened. Perfect. I'm so fast. Maybe we'll cut this out of the main video. Can we restart?
Let's absolutely restart.
Hey,
folks, it's Monday.
Welcome to Depressling.
Depressling is now the name of the show, unless someone it's one of the higher ups says you can't do that.
with the double Slipknot S's, Depressling.
Depressling.
Now it's even part of the brand, and now I think we just need to roll with it.
They're gonna hate it.
It is.
They're gonna hate it. This is the day we get canceled.
We're getting canceled, folks. Thank you for joining us for a year and a half of Depressling.
This will be our final episode.
We gotta make so many thumbnails to. We gotta refresh all of them. But folks, welcome to Depressling. It's a bummer news day. There's a lot of nonsense.
Dark vibes,
especially even with the thumbnail that we have right now. Like I don't like feeling like I'm part of like TMZ. Like, is there drama? Is there can you believe the arguing?
Well, you know what's nice is I think we can use this show to bait the clickers and then say, you know, it's an entertainment show. Maybe don't worry about it. You know?
Yeah.
Like, wrestling is entertainment at the end of the day. Is it sports entertainment? Sometimes. At least twice a week it is.
At minimum.
At minimum. But even on the AEW side, this isn't the first time that we've questioned the legitimacy of news. So Jordan, do you want to maybe just start out hot with the story and we'll dissect it and talk about it?
Yes. So the biggest story of the last week is that potentially there is actual backstage heat between Hangman Adam Page and CM Punk. And that potential heat has allegedly split the locker room in half, and now there's like a team CM Punk and a team Hangman Page, and it's all in disarray. Wow. And Tony Khan is like, oh no, allegedly that's what's happening. Is that actually happening? What do you think, Colin?
I don't believe in an AEW civil war currently happening. I feel like the vibe there is like, is it? I don't know. I don't know what's going on. What's for dinner? You know?
What do you think, Alicia?
I think if it is true, then it's extremely childish and ridiculous. It's like high school really does never end. If you're going to make such a fuss out of something like that, like chill the hell out. It's so unnecessary. So if it is real, that's kind of sad. And if it's not, then they're definitely working everybody to perfection. Because even like I was listening to Conan's podcast, they're covering it. Everyone doesn't know if it's a work or not. It kind of reminds me a little bit of like the whole MJF stuff that went down between him and Khan. So I'm curious if they're trying to just kind of emulate that again, since it did so well. I'm not sure, but everyone definitely has their eyes on it, so it's working, I guess.
And that just proves my point. Is like that like work shoot stuff with MJF recently. I feel like this is the second half of that. This isn't a separate thing. This is the catalyst for Max coming back and being the ultimate babyface.
I can't imagine seeing him
against a heel CM Punk.
I just can't imagine Max as a baby. Like, it's really weird.
He was I was there for his pipe bomb.
Well, they love to hate him, right? Like, that's, I think, the difference. No, a lot of people
we turned halfway.
I also, here's the thing. I've gone to the Long Island shows. I've seen Babyface Max, and it's unbelievable. There's nothing better. He can still be the same guy. Like, I think that's the beauty of, especially like an AEW, and especially what they're doing right now with Mox and Punk. It doesn't actually matter. You don't have to change your character that much to become a heel or a face. Like, it can be the same thing, and it'll be beautiful stuff. Here's the thing: Max is always a face to me.
Yeah.
He's a member of
the
my
community.
Yeah. So I love it. I think that's. I don't know what is happening, and my hot take is I don't give a fuck. The TV is fun. I'm having a good time watching.
Dude. When that stuff was happening,
real or fake, love it. I'm just give me all of it. I don't care.
Whatever that segment was that was the catalyst for this. Who we'll never know the truth behind, like, I mean, maybe we will when one of them talks about it on a podcast in 6 years. Maybe this, maybe here. But until then, Jordan, when it was happening, you and I were texting each other like, this is fucking unbelievable.
This is unbelievable.
This is great stuff.
You guys were completely reeled in. No, for me, what I love doing is going on those deep dives and listening to other podcasts and just kind of like seeing where it goes, especially going into this show. I'm always curious other people's takes.
Sure.
So everyone was completely all over the place, which made me even more confused. And it's like, I love when they're able to trick me that way, but I also can't stand it because like I love being on top of it. I'm like, how dare my peers get me like that? So that's kind of the fun side of it for me.
And that's the problem with, you don't want to work the boys, you know?
Yeah.
And we're Alicia, you are, but like Jordan and I aren't the boys, you know?
We're not the boys.
They can work us all day. That's why we're still here. Is occasionally we'll be like, yo, was that real? Like that's what gets people, like they're in this point now where people are starting to doubt them, like their longevity as a company. And people are saying it's like a downward trend. Why would you not come out and do something fucking insane again and create this, like, is it real or is it not real narrative?
It's also in this day and age, like, what can anyone like? You need that.
You got to do real stuff.
You got to do stuff that at least has the illusion of like, could this be real? Because everything is reported on and speculated to the point that where like the entire angle will get leaked before it even makes it to TV, and people have judgments or opinions on it. Like look at what's the Parker Bordeaux like
Trustbusters.
Sunny Kiss. Everyone is
the
like
new faction.
The new faction. Everyone is the reports on that are like, oh, these guys are getting pushed. They're getting a big push, and people are criticizing the concept.
Right.
Not even the actual push, the
Not the
concept of them
execution at
getting
all,
up.
just like the idea that it's happening.
The
in
idea
any
that they
way.
could get pushed, and that's under criticism, and then TK has to come out and go like, "Hey, everybody criticized me when I pushed the Acclaimed and this other group or whatever, and it works out. So like, let me do a thing. I think at times like criticizing a burial, absolutely. Like sometimes like in the WWE era of things where it's like, you know, an old man taking vengeance out on someone just trying to take care of his family or whatever, that sucks. Criticize that for sure. Don't trust that type of booking. But this is these are motherfuckers at work.
Yeah.
Let them go to work. I don't know.
That's the thing. I was with both Parker and Sunny over the weekend. We all had a show in New Jersey together, and I got to actually catch up with them for the first time in a hot minute. And they just seemed so happy to finally be back in that kind of spotlight on TV. For Parker going from WWE into this new role for AEW, and then Sunny now being able to come back and actually do their thing. So for me, it's like just let them work. They're both so entertaining to watch and really good at wrestling. So why are people angry at that? That's what I can't wrap my head around.
I'm with you, girl.
I'm with you too. I can't wrap my head around like you were in New Jersey watching wrestling. You're not gonna holler at your boy. You don't think I want to eat a Wawa and watch
it was a one.
Do a
it was a
drop?
one dayer. No,
I'm totally kidding.
No, but that would have been so much fun. If it was an actual show, then hell yeah. But it was a one dayer. I was there at like 6 a.m., left around like 9, and we just signed all day and met fans. It was fun though.
Fuck that.
It was a good time.
That rocks. But also fuck that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry you had to do all this.
We've all been there.
I need a day to get my bearings. You guys, you're brave for just traveling on the day of the thing and then leaving.
Oh yeah. I do that all the time. Those quick in and out bookings. Oh, it's so much fun. You get to see everybody. It's like a little reunion, and at the same time, make some coin and just like enjoy seeing all these fans. I loved it.
You hate a day of thing?
Me?
Colin?
I can't. I can't stand. I need a day, dude.
Really?
I can't. The worst for me is day 2. The second day of something, that's where all of it hits. Like, I love flying in. Are we doing the gig? Because the nonsense has all entered me, but it hasn't taken over my body. I don't feel the sleep yet. I don't feel everything.
I feel it. I'm very sensitive to that feeling for some reason. I'm a sleepy.
No,
boy.
I must be extremely lucky then, because for me it's like I wake up now, even if it's a 3:30 a.m. alarm, I'm like, all right, let's do this. My body's so used to it now from all of the crazy wrestling bookings. I live for it. And then through the day you feel yourself getting a little tired, you just keep pushing through and like talking with everybody, and then finally you're in bed and everything feels okay.
Yeah, and you're in bed and it's like still the same day. It's crazy.
The same day. Yeah, that was what, 2 days ago. Good
for you. I take a week to recover from those every time.
Any type of like performance, I need like a hot minute.
I need a day.
It's too much for me now.
I need a day.
Yeah. I also need a day. But either way, all right. Here's the one thing that I think is like a clue of like that it's probably like a work, this whole thing, or it's part of a thing. Like the thing that like clues me into like I don't think that this is a full-on thing. There's like an angle to this. Is the Hangman Page side of it. CM Punk
the promo too.
Well, him, Punk. Yeah, well, I guess I don't know which promo it is because they worked. I saw the one that was going around with the like I'm defending AEW from you, and I was like they did a whole match after that, and without any heat, and like
that added to the match and was really effective.
It was great, but I think the Punk coming out, calling Hangman out in his hometown, like this is AEW is like an educated audience to how wrestling works. He wouldn't have done that knowing that people like he wouldn't have done that knowing he's been in the business too long to know that the audience would think that Hangman sucks after he did that.
Right.
I just don't. I don't see
Right.
that. I don't see that. Like he's aware that the audience will be like, oh, well, he can't come out because
Yeah.
he's not allowed to. Or
Exactly.
whatever.
He would if he
also think
could.
That would make a lot of sense.
Right, and I also think after the whole Colt Cabana crossover issue amongst the three of them, obviously, I think after that tension and whatnot, to actually go out and cut a promo about the locker room and everything, like, is that really how people are settling their scores? If that is a real life scenario, like, come on, I don't think so. At least I'd hope not.
He's not
So-
doing it without. He's not doing it without some kind of green light.
No.
Yeah,
Like,
there's
he-
some
he-
agent or producer, 100%.
Like
that's
At
I'm like,
minimum, he's going like, I'm gonna say some shit to Hangman.
Yeah. And
At
then they're like,
minimum.
oh, whoa, okay, that's cool. Because that
Yeah.
changes the entire show. So there would be massive consequences to changing the entire show and the entire narrative of the company by that.
right.
Like on a show you're working, Alicia,
Mhm.
if somebody does something unscripted that is like becomes a major talking point of the show, that person's in trouble.
Absolutely. I've seen it multiple times for multiple promotions I've worked with over the years, like some of the biggest ones. And someone will either say something that they shouldn't have or say a promo, and luckily they can redo it, but they still get shit for it. Like it happens all of the time, more frequently than people would think, because a lot of people think they can just do what they want. But
Right.
at the same time, at least they're called out on that stuff, and it usually won't make it to television. But that's kind of the craziness with live stuff right now, especially with.
I don't know. I think it's
To work, brother.
I think it's just fun. I'm having fun. I just at the end of the day, it does not affect me. I hope everyone's
Yeah.
I hope everyone's fine. What WWE and I also want less of is apparently Nikita Lyons, because the other big story today is that she was not allowed in Canada and thus had to be removed from the tag team tournament to crown the new tag team champions for being like unvaccinated.
Is this confirmed or is this just speculation that it's because she's not vaccinated?
Well,
here's the thing.
Oh, Alicia's got some gas. Hang on.
Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, as a Canadian, I'm crossing over the border a lot, and whether you are driving or you're flying in, you have to be double vaccinated in order to come into Canada right now. If you are not allowed in. I don't know what special kind of situations they allow, but I highly doubt for just like coming over to wrestle, they'd be like, oh yeah, for sure.
Right.
So that's the one thing. And then in order to come in as well, you have to fill out all your documents, your cards, all of that stuff through a separate app. So like they're really, really stingy on all of that. So if it is the fact she's unvaccinated, that doesn't shock me at all, because it's a process I have to deal with all of the time, and yeah, that just makes sense. So it could be true.
It's also, well, she put out a tweet not that denied that it was why she wasn't let into Canada.
She did deny or did not deny?
She denied that. She said that like me not getting into Canada had nothing to do with the vaccine. So she claims that it was unrelated to vaccination.
I'm not vaccinated, but it was completely unrelated.
That is essentially what she said. It's like you.
Awesome.
The way that you say that is like, no, I'm vaccinated. Something else happened.
Yeah, you don't
say it has nothing to do with the vaccine. It's like you did not bring up whether you were vaccinated.
That was like presidential kind of going around type thing. Like,
yeah, that was like some political lingo, you know, some bullshit. No, I'd imagine the only two reasons they usually don't let you into Canada is if you have a previous record or if you're unvaccinated. Like those are the main two, and I've gone through countless times with other wrestlers, with bands, and all of that, and those are the two reasons. They'll pull you aside and you'll get rejected. So I would love to know this other reason why you didn't get through.
It's so funny.
From all the crime, it's just
she's
heists.
a criminal.
Oh, definitely. She has like a long rap sheet for sure.
I think she went viral one day for posting like some like MAGA rap. You know, did you see that?
Yeah.
Oh, I missed that.
Of being like, it was like Happy 4th of July with like a MAGA rap song. And it's so funny with considering like her whole identity and persona is like borrowed from Black culture, and here we are.
Yeah.
I would love to know though, Jordan, like the disdain you had in your voice when you even said her name. I need to know the background on this.
What Colin just said. The MAGA
That's the whole
rap.
reason.
The MAGA, just
Okay.
MAGA rap fan.
Sucks so bad.
Good enough reason.
Yeah.
That's the whole jam. Like, yeah, it's cultural appropriation. She's got really dumbass views, and she's using art that doesn't belong to her folks to push that. It just all sucks.
Yeah.
It all is shitty.
And then, by the way, I can't get into Canada for undisclosed medical reasons.
Yeah.
I wasn't allowed in Canada because I love America too much.
There you
I
go.
just love it too much. My patriotism didn't let me. It wouldn't let. It built a force field.
I
wasn't
hate
allowed.
when that happens.
Oh, it happens all the time. I'm sure.
I hate loving my country so much that I can't leave.
Me too.
Well, speaking of, I guess, also shitty.
Good transition.
Goldberg is done
Yeah.
apologizing for injuring Bret Hart to the point where he had to retire.
It's so funny because like Bret goes out of his Bret will be like stub his toe and be like, you know who else had a toe? That motherfucker Goldberg who retired. in the ring. So
Why
like,
didn't this dresser should have taken out Goldberg's toe? He could have done that.
he could have done
but
that
no, he had to
months ago.
Could have done that. No, but it had to like maybe get a little bit of vengeance for what happened to my neck.
And like I get being mad about it, you know?
Of
Yeah.
course.
But this is like accidents happen every night in this
Absolutely.
sport.
You come into wrestling absolutely knowing that, and that's a gigantic risk of it. And anytime something terrible happens, it is literally the last thing I ever want, especially when I'm watching from the side and whatnot. You just know something happened. It's heart-wrenching. But at the same time, I mean, how long has it been to
It's
just
been so long.
continuously keep bringing it up? And it's ridiculous. So I don't blame him for saying, I'm done with it. What happened happens. I apologized. It is what it is. All it on the table. Move on.
And
It has been decades.
The
It's been
fabled
decades.
the kick in question, pretty normal kick that you see on TV every day,
Nothing
executed
but crazy devastating.
pretty well.
Yeah.
If anything, maybe Bret didn't have his hands up, wasn't ready for it or something. But to put a kick all on Goldberg, come on, man. He's
Yeah,
standing there with his foot out. You run into it,
Dude. Yeah, like it's not. I think I get being hurt by it, but it is not like, dude, if you were apologizing like once a year for decades,
yeah.
it's enough.
Give
It's
it
enough already.
And it's
No.
like
It's
this,
also it's part of the business.
yeah.
Like it immediately Stone Cold, like Bret's own brother almost took out Stone Cold. Like,
And that's a neck break,
He kind
dude.
of did.
Yeah, that's like he permanently changed his life and led to him having to retire early.
This is the same thing. It's a part of, like, but Stone Cold, and he's not holding that against him.
He's not sitting here saying
or
fuck
whatever.
Owen Hart, you know?
Like,
I can't.
he never did.
No.
He never said fuck Owen Hart. Even immediately after, he was like, yeah, it's part of business, pal.
Fair enough.
Hurt my neck pretty bad, but I still won that Intercontinental Championship.
Exactly. I mean, we all love Bret on this show. He's
Of
an
course we do. He's an icon. He's one of the best fucking wrestlers ever.
the
It's
national
just-
hero of Alicia's.
Absolutely. Like, I love him to bits. I love his wrestling. Meeting him, he's such a nice human. It's just I can't wrap my head around this in specific. It
Yeah.
seems like it's just way too much and it's been way too long. Just let it be.
Let it go.
I think that I get the Bret mindset. Like, everything, like the two shittiest moments of his life happened within like 2 years.
Yeah.
Or actually,
Kind of
I'm sorry, the 3 shittiest moments of his life. I forgot about the screw job.
Yeah.
Oh wait, what
they-
were you thinking before the screw
Screw
job? 'Cause
job,
I thought of the
brother
kick and the
dies,
screw job.
retired.
Yeah,
Brother died.
screw
Got
job,
you.
retired. Like
Back
that
to
is
back to
the
back.
worst moments of his life, back to back to back. He's the bitterness
Yeah.
that comes from that. I get it. Like changes.
yeah.
him.
And that all
But
that all
he's
happened.
Holding on to it.
It all happened because of this thing that he gave his life to, you know, so it's like extra
Yeah.
brutal. But man, you're blaming you're blaming the guy who just happened to be there.
Yeah,
Mhm.
dude, every like I listened to. I'm like halfway through the Talk is Jericho episode, just because that's the fact that they patched their shit up and are talking. I have to hear that. I have to know that conversation.
Mhm.
But you hear Goldberg, and he's like, "Dude, I don't. I'm like, all I. I'm just trying my best. Like they put me out there all the time. Like if people want me to be a better worker, like I don't like the locker room sucked when he arrives.
It
They
did.
don't. They just want to push him without training him how to wrestle, and he's like, okay, I don't care.
Yeah.
That sounds different. That's cool. He's like literally his only agenda being there is just like I want to do stuff that kids think is cool, and I want my name to be Goldberg because I'm proud of my Jewish heritage. Fucking
Yeah,
rocks to
exactly.
hear that. Like he is literally just like trying his best, and it's like a weird environment, and he's like, I hate that I had moments of like where my ego got the better of me, but like the locker room at that time, it builds so much distrust. The environment that they threw that guy into, it's not fair. It's a guy trying his best, and
That
he
was
gets way too much hate.
that was the
Way
era
too much hate.
where everybody was living by the Hogan mentality of the like, okay, well you're telling me it's not real, but the guy who is the champion is making the most money. So
Yeah,
yeah,
right.
it's gonna get political because if I win that, I'm gonna make more money than that person.
Yeah,
So
totally.
the guy did an incredible job at what he was told to do, and you know, and the problem maybe is that he's still doing those four things.
That's a huge thing though, because you see so many guys who have worked for 10 years trying to do all these crazy things and get the biggest gif out there and like put this insane stuff. He goes out there, hits the same three things over and over, and people eat it up every single time. So I
Yeah,
can imagine that jealousy, because as much as I don't like admitting it, it is everywhere in wrestling so bad. So
everywhere.
I can't imagine that. And then being so far ahead in his career and just trying to now be a good human being and just live his life like everyone does going forward to however many decades. It's like I can't imagine that still being brought up. I'd be livid. I'd be so annoyed at it. So who knows? Maybe after this, people will start bringing it up less, or perhaps because there's a light on it, it'll be brought up even
Oh my
more.
God, I
I don't
know,
know.
right?
Can you imagine? I'm like just now. I just thought of it. You bringing up that he did three things, and he was over forever. Like
People love him
he's
for many
Vince
decades.
McMahon's dream.
Oh yeah,
Vince McMahon has to be furious that like WCW got that authentic, legitimate, beloved babyface. This giant buff guy is gonna crush everyone and win the title, and everyone will fucking love it.
right.
Vince has never done that exact thing as successfully, and
Well,
it's got a
other than
haunt.
Hogan in his prime, so it was like
Other than Hogan in his prime. Well, even still, like eventually people booed, like they got
Yeah, there
sick
was
of
a
that
big
shit.
turn
of
there,
course, but
obviously.
that was like wrestling as we know it exists because of that
Right.
era, you know.
Totally.
But yeah,
But
but
even
then
like
Goldberg
he's
kept
like
it
built
afloat, you know.
Goldberg, like he talks about, like he's like, yeah, the spear is just like my move. It's just my football tackle. That's just the move.
That's
Like,
why he's the only person it's ever made sense for.
I know, and they give it to other people, and it looks dumb as shit. To be honest, it's never. Every other spear sucks.
We could talk
It's
about this all
true,
day.
because they sometimes don't look powerful at all, or they just don't hit correctly. They don't have the hand breaking them out. I'm like,
We're all talking about Edge. We're all talking about Edge's spear here. It has
Edge's
no
spear,
business existing.
that spear sucks. The Roman spear also kind of sucks. It looks okay, but like, fuck off.
But Roman played football.
Sure, but
Yeah.
he does the like, it's just the arm. Like, no, fucking fall on that dude.
Yeah.
Take him out. That's the whole point.
Yeah. I get it. I'm with you.
Agreed.
Knock yourself out sometimes. Go off.
I kind of do like the Ricky Starks one, because he just like he's like a kind of smaller guy he looks like a smaller guy when he's doing it. So it's like it's like getting attacked by like a hyena or something. It's like a full body, like caution to the wind type spear, you know?
I don't. I love.
I know. He's trying.
Get that shit out of here.
I know how you feel, but he's got to get something over that can kill Hobbs one day, you know?
I will let him have a kick. He can do a knee. I love a knee. Do a knee thing.
Love a knee.
Love a knee. Everyone can do a knee.
Kenny's got ownership of the knee there. He owns the knee real estate.
Buddy's in there. Buddy's in there too. With
Buddy is in
unbelievable knee.
That's
a comparable knee,
true.
I would say.
Well, we'll see how that goes.
When they fight, it is going to be like a true test of like who has the most beautiful knee in the game.
Bigger knees.
Bigger knees.
What's the next tale on the list?
Well,
we're not talking about knees for 5 more minutes.
Oh yeah. Who has your favorite knees, like physically?
Wow, I'd really have to get
like the shape of
like the shape, knee? The actual knee itself.
Like, it's got to be in wrestling because like I normally don't know what anyone else's knees look like.
Who's got a great knee? Big E's got a great knee. Great legs on the man.
Big E, incredible legs.
Beautiful legs. Miro's got beautiful legs.
Or with shout out to the thick boys.
Oh yeah, we love them thick here.
Love them thick.
Anyway,
thick lives save lives.
It's true.
Very true.
Anyway, next story, Jordan.
Next up on the docket, we got to talk about NXT UK ending.
Oh yeah.
What do you think?
It was so sad to see. I've interviewed a lot of these NXT UK guys over the years, like whether in person, doing them over Zoom, and I'm talking like early on, almost right as soon as they signed, you know, from like the Mark Andrews to Tyler Bate to Pete Dunne, Doudrop, like all of these really cool names. And now kind of wondering how many of them are they going to keep around? How many will be brought over to the other brand? How many people are going to continue to be released and hopefully show up somewhere else? Cool. I have no idea. But I just was like, ooh, these are a lot of really good names who are now free agents. So hell yeah. But at the same time, like no one wants to get fired from WWE. Well, I shouldn't say no one, but usually
were they proper like releases, or were they like, hey, do you want to come? I thought
so.
It's crazy.
They're like they were like ROH releases where it's like we're going on hiatus. We're gonna reassess once they start because this is all to start NXT UK. And here's the deal: you can do that. The biggest loss from NXT UK, in my opinion, will be that motherfucking belt. If you change,
love the belt.
That fucking belt. That is the second best modern belt in IMO. Unbelievable.
The belt
actually. The belt is the best belt design in WWE.
In the company, for sure.
In the company for years. Yeah. Since the Winged Eagle or whatever the fuck it's called.
Now you're getting silly on me.
What other one did they have?
Now you're getting crazy. You're crazy. The Trent Seven was like the most shocking one probably, but Flash Morgan Webster is like,
I know.
I fucking love him.
Me too. And like I was able to talk so much Britpop with him and stuff when we were shooting the
Oasis,
Shafter
the wrestler,
interview.
that's unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's so fun, and he's actually really good in ring. I just that sucked to see. It really did.
But he's gonna be fine, right?
That's what I was about to say. I hope that we see them pop up somewhere else really neat.
Me too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Pre NXT UK, I saw him at PWG a bunch, and he was like he's got it, you know. Every night, if the people didn't know who he was, even though most people did, because they go to every fucking show, but he won over everybody every time. Love him.
He's unbelievable. Yep. I love him. And go ahead. Sorry, Alicia.
No, it's fine. I was just going to say it's rare when you have somebody who has the aesthetics, can actually speak, is knowledgeable about the industry, and has in-ring technability. Like, what? Yep. It's really, really rare. And then he was just like really charming and fun whenever he was on the microphone. He'd have those little snippets where like he'd work in some music related notes. I'm like, this is just a blast. This character was kind of made for people like us, you know, who want to see music and wrestling combined. So Yeah, I don't know. It was a bummer to see, but hopefully some people are going to be better off because of it. I guess we'll just have to find out.
Yeah.
Time will tell.
It's also just such a rarity to have like a real gimmick that hasn't been done before. There has just never been a
So
mod.
true.
Dude, the mod father. Brilliant.
Unbelievable nickname.
It's so good.
Yeah.
And then of course, like he's a huge fan of the Jam, so I just thought that was like such a nice little nod. It was so cheeky.
Yeah.
Yeah, that rules.
Very chantable name.
Mm-hmm.
He's the one guy where I think the Seven Nation Army thing was cool. Flash Morgan.
Really?
Yeah.
I remember hearing that a lot. For the only other person it worked for actually was Zack Sabre Jr. It would like
Zack
just
Sabre
flow.
Jr. Yeah, I get it.
Like people every single time.
Have I told you guys my my suggestion for what they should change the chant song to?
I don't think so.
Raining Blood?
The problem, well, yes.
Flash Morgan Webster, he is a good wrestler.
Yeah. The problem with the Seven Nation Army is there's never enough syllables because everyone has to go, oh, then you start.
True.
That sucks. Fuck out of here.
Yeah.
What doesn't ever need that is you can take any one of those chants and form it into Who Let the Dogs Out.
Yeah. Flash Morgan Webster.
Flash.
Zack Sabre Jr.
Wow.
Yeah.
Whoa.
All of them.
But that's one note. That's why Seven Nation Army works so well. It's like it's easy because even if you're a little flat, a little sharp, everyone together is going to sound really good. Who Let the Dogs Out is Who Let the Dogs Out. That's one note.
True, because too, especially on those UK shows, like everyone's just singing in this beautiful drunken harmony where it's actually completely out of tune the entire
But it sounds amazing.
But it works.
Yeah.
It's in unison and it's so fun. Yeah.
It's true.
I love when they do what is it? Like, I want to know if you'll be my girl or whatever.
Oh yeah, I don't understand that one. That one is so many words.
Which one is it?
I love it. But that's what I want.
Bailey.
Oh, okay.
No.
Yeah.
It's so many words.
It's catchy.
Here's the thing. That's what I want from a British wrestling singing chant. I want them to be singing a full song with no click, and it's just they're drunk and just doing a whole.
You want the subtitles?
Sing like this. Sing British wrestling chant. We love Tyler Bate. I love Tyler Bate. He's the best. They don't even know what they're doing.
And the subtitles will just say indistinguishable.
I know, yeah, absolutely.
That's what Jordan wants.
He's a man. I love him so much. He's the best wrestler that there is. Is there another part to the song? No, there isn't.
And everybody knows
it. Flash. I love it. Like that's what it's supposed to be. And I just don't like Seven Nation Army, and I think that the O part. I'm like
the O
sucks.
It really bothers me. But now I'm just gonna.
He hates the first syllable there.
Well, just
who has?
If it can't fit into the full thing, don't do it.
Now I just want to throw around a bunch of random wrestling names and see if it works better for Seven Nation or Who Let the Dogs Out.
Who has 6 syllables in their name?
Well, you can do it with like you could, as long as it's a full statement, like The Rock is my favorite or whatever. Like, like just do whatever. Wait,
is there not one wrestler with 6 syllables in their name?
Probably not.
Guys, we gotta find one.
Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels.
There you go.
I got
one. It works.
But yeah, here's the thing. Just do here's the thing. It's all off key anyway. Just do Who Let the Dogs Out, and then you get to do the claps.
You really love the claps in that, don't you?
Well, I mean, every chant is monotone. Just like anybody, just like bask in his glory. Whatever. It's fun.
I can't wait until we take Knotfest Wrestling to like a live event and we get to just come up with the most magnificent chants for a bunch of wrestlers who have 6 syllables in their names. We'll find them.
Well,
we're gonna find them.
This show is now called Depressing.
We're gonna do a Depressing on the road.
Oh, So it's gonna be forever just depressing episodes. I cannot wait.
I can't wait to try the Who Let the Dogs thing out and have it fucking fail miserably.
It will absolutely fail miserably because no one's.
People around us are gonna be like, guys, this isn't working. Stop.
Well, it has
Sing Seven Nation Army, god damn it.
The reason it's Seven Nation Army is because of like the World Cup in like 2012. Everyone just decided to sing that song. Yeah. So if we get drunk and go to the World Cup and try it, it might work. It's got to spread from
there. That's the magical pot for sure.
That's the most. It's got to spread from the most popular sport in the world.
All right, let's get on it.
True. All right, this is a soccer show now. So Ronaldo, he's good.
Yeah.
I only Beckham's good. What's the one with Maradona?
Guys,
Diego Maradona.
Shit about soccer.
He's pretty good.
I'm pretending. But I guess no one.
Football. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, someone who isn't going to be pretending for WWE anymore is Jeff Jarrett.
Damn.
Because he's already out.
Slam dunk on that one.
What a segue. Yeah. I am proud of you.
I'm trying my best.
Genius.
I am shocked at how short that stint was. And it made all the dirt sheets. It was making its rounds. He was even coming out saying, like, we're going to create some amazing content. And then bam. Then apparently I saw Road Dogg's back on now today.
Yeah. Like he has that job.
What? Crazy. One legend for another. Like
Triple H is letting it know. And he's like, hey, I'm putting my guys in. Okay.
Right. And both of them have done so much work when it comes to being creative minds and agents and producers. So to see that flip and then the announcement like right away, it's like, oh shit, okay, they're not taking any time. They completely mean business.
Yeah.
Huh.
Do you think they hired Road Dogg back just because he's in the video game?
He is in the video game.
Do you really
he's
think
like the whole tutorial of the video game.
Oh,
it seems that Triple H is like, we got to make 2K happy. I'm going to hire everybody who's in the video game so they don't have to create new DLC or whatever.
Yeah, that.
I hope that's not the reason.
No, there's no way. But like, that's hilarious to think about.
No, but like, it's a little uncanny because when you come to think about it, like a lot of those names that are in there are now back with the brand. So it's just conspiracy.
Dude, Jeff Jarrett and like wrote that. That's to me. I mean, again, I don't know shit. I'm a newer wrestling fan. To me, those are guys with probably the same exact wrestling mind. Why
Jeff? If anything, I mean, Jeff started and ran a promotion successfully for quite some time.
He also, he's apparently just like the king of the carnies, and Jeff BS'd his way out of losing to Effie by being like, I gotta go. I'm getting hired to WWE. I can't lose anymore. And Effie was like,
what the fuck am I gonna do?
What am I gonna do?
Yeah.
You're gonna no-show the match or whatever, you fucking weird old man. Whatever. Jeff is a carny to the grave. And like, God bless him for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so I could see that, like, probably now that Papa H is in charge and be like, you're probably going to you're in business for yourself. You're not here for this team.
Yeah.
So
very true.
Probably out with him. But bringing Road Dogg back, I feel like at this point, like, there's got to be like younger dudes with the same mindset, like hiring.
I mean, Road Dogg was like on NXT when it was terrible. And SmackDown when it was terrible, but he's Triple H's boy, so
there's this weird thing, and no, I've noticed over time in different companies, there's this really weird thing in wrestling where they'll bring in a lot of older wrestlers really to just take that agent or producer role, and a lot of them are just so in that mindset from so long ago that they don't know how to implement anything now. By no means am I saying that is like the same MO for Road Dogg, but I just have seen it a lot, and you kind of wonder, just like Jordan mentioned, there has to be newer talent with those minds, whether people who are wrestlers, just wrestling fans to bring in, like there have to be some of those geniuses with that spark and with new ideas, because even like I remember at Impact there was one older legend who tried to tell me how to do a promo, and I was like, I know that I'm here to respect you, but you're completely wrong. And I ended up doing it my way and they loved it. Like, I'm not gonna compromise my work because you're a legend, you
Right.
know, like fuck off.
For
So
sure.
I see it all the time. So that's a good point that you made there. I do wonder if you'll ever have that switch, or they're just gonna keep that mentality of, you know, these older guys know best.
But the thing is, like, that generation is not gonna be around much
Very true.
longer. And
Yeah.
like
Sorry,
in
go ahead.
in all facets, in politics, in wrestling, in music, and everything, in all forms of entertainment, that generation, the whole like our way is better type thinking,
Yeah.
is
Very monkey mind.
is monkey mind and not long for this world at this point. I mean, just even in the locker room, yeah, this show is titled about some backstage heat, but like I think that's bullshit. And you look around, you got guys playing Switch together, not wanting to kill each other, not dying of overdoses every day.
Yeah.
This is gonna be the generation that is running shit down the road. So
Well, you know,
they'll be
I
fine.
think
Everybody will be okay.
Well, like
It
really,
only
you
took
gotta
50 years, but we're getting there.
Yep.
Also, really, like, dude, Road Dogg had literally just embarrassed himself for a month, begging AEW for a job, and they were like, "No, thank you."
The
You're gonna
y'all
bring that guy back.
the y'all
after
look
all the
smooth tweet is legendary.
unbelievable stuff. But like, also when NXT was the shit, it's when that guy Ryan Ward was writing it, and then
Right.
they brought him up to write SmackDown, and SmackDown was good for like 2 months,
Yeah.
and then Vince and him butted heads, and he fucked up. Bring back Ryan Ward. That guy's like in his 20s,
Damn.
and he wrote the show well.
Yep.
Where's that guy?
I don't know. Maybe he
He
didn't
probably
want to
won't
come back.
because that might be the other
Yeah,
piece
that
of it,
could
but,
be
like,
the case.
Yeah.
But he literally wrote like the best NXT. He like Bailey Sasha. That's him.
Oh, really?
That's him.
That's good
Ryan
shit,
Ward was the. If I'm I might be a little, but there is a guy. I think his name is Ryan Ward. I googled it. It's the timeline matches up.
Okay.
You've been putting over Ryan Ward so much. Now it's like, is it Ryan Ward? I'm just gonna search this up. I'm not.
I think it is him. Like I believe that's the name rings a bell. I know that he's. It's like there's a guy from Golden Era NXT who went up to SmackDown, was doing a great job, and then he and Vince got in a fight, and he was out of there.
That'll do
You are
it.
correct, by the way. It's
It's Ryan
Ryan
Ward.
Ward.
Yeah, bring that motherfucker back. He's
That
great.
will
He's
do it.
clearly the best at this. He
True.
put
Yeah, he
NXT
is.
on the map.
He is young. Sorry, I'm going on the research dive now, where I've already found his Twitter, and I'm like, oh, what are you doing now,
What
Ryan?
is he doing?
Roar of the Crowd era NXT was great.
Man,
Is that what it's called?
That's
Oh,
I don't know.
the
That's
song.
Just what the
roar of
first
the crowd.
yeah, that thing. That was with the CFOs and Ryan Ward.
Ran shit.
Ran shit, motherfuckers.
Holy
Yeah.
fuck. All right.
But
yeah, Road Dogg
is back.
Silly.
is back. End of statement.
Yeah.
All right.
Period.
My favorite Road Dogg memory is we were in New York and New Jersey doing like a 4-day wrestling tour. It was myself, him, Melina, and Brooke Adams, and we were around each other all of the time. And there was a little random like pumpkin, a tiny baby one on the front of the car windshield, and he just turns around to all of us girls and he goes, "Girls, it's pumpkin time, bitches!" And he like holds it up and takes us to Starbucks so we can all get pumpkin drinks, and it was ridiculous.
All right,
so
maybe I love Road Dogg.
Wait, hold on. I take it all back.
I'm a Road Dogg guy.
He's so funny in person. In terms of writing, I can't speak on it, but like, man, I had such a good time with him in person. I really did. So that's like my memory of him.
I'm sold.
You know what? Who Let the Dogs Out is his channel.
Yeah.
Road
Dogg Jesse James.
Who Let the Road Dogs Out?
Yeah.
Oh.
Wow.
I love the Road Dog.
I love that. That's your cheat code for.
That's it.
I love
now it works.
I love the
by the end of the
Keith Lee.
episode.
Yeah.
All right. Well, to finish stuff off, Okada won the
Yes.
G1 for the 4th time.
And it's like, who's even mad at this?
No one.
Nah, that's the thing. It's like, what are you gonna do? Be pissed off if the best wrestler ever is like winning something great? Why would you be mad?
I love it.
Well said.
No, it's true. And then there are people out there who are completely pissed at. I'm like, what do you want? You're not going to have a better match than that for the end of the tournament. It's great. Like, it was just so good. And we were kind of talking about this a couple weeks ago, saying like, I thought it was either going to be him or Jay. And either way, I'm so content with that. Like, what a great ending to the whole thing. So yeah, to anyone saying otherwise, like, piss off.
Who was mad? I haven't seen a single
I saw so
upset
many
take about
tweets.
this.
Good.
Really? You haven't seen one?
Nope.
I saw a
Everyone's
bunch
just
of
like,
tweets from like fans bitching, but then again, like I follow back
yeah,
a
you
lot
can
of
find. Alicia, don't read the comments and don't follow the fans.
I know, right?
Yeah.
If only from day one.
Except for the chat in this video. Read
In
those.
this show.
They're all
yes,
great.
yes, we love our depressors.
The-
We appreciate you.
Zach Sabbath, Ace Shock,
Yeah.
EJ Movement.
Especially
Mwah.
David.
These are the real fans.
We love David.
And David.
We're
We
fan
are-
people.
Yeah.
David A. Lopez. That's our guy.
That's our fucking guy.
That's our guy.
Okay. Okada, Alicia, you said it. He's the GOAT. He's the best wrestler on earth. He's the best star of this generation.
Mm-hmm.
He has the best matches of anybody in this generation. He's an
Yes.
actual, like, outside of wrestling. That's the money face. You know? Just a
What
gorgeous
a handsome,
man. So,
he's like, and he's to like outside of America, like that motherfucker's a star.
star.
Oh,
Dude,
like
doing
absolutely.
Olympic shit, like lighting the thing. He's a star.
Star.
Yeah. I think the only people who are angry at it are the ones who are jealous or just genuinely like can't look outside of the fact that, oh, this is really wrestling, you know? They're like, no, my number one has to win this entire tournament. And those people we just don't need to worry about because we know that this was a great ending.
He's the biggest star in the company, and
Easy.
it's a Japanese company. He's the biggest Japanese wrestler, winning the
Yeah.
biggest tournament in the biggest Japanese wrestling company.
And who cares if
I
it's
think-
the fourth time? It's not like he's just riding that nostalgia and what he's done in the past. Like he is still delivering.
He's earning
every
it.
single damn match, every single one. Like,
I think I think it's a WWE poisoned brain where I think people watching wrestling are conditioned to not like a push wrestler after a while because I think like you're poisoned by like push wrestlers who can't wrestle like Hogan. John Cena for a little while was that to a lot of people. So I think people thought that about Roman. So I think when you're brought in and conditioned to hate that because of watching WWE, you forget that it's like, no, in this fake, in this is supposed to be a sport. So the guy who's best at it is gonna win.
Yes.
And also, that's
The biggest
they
star.
don't have that problem. Everybody motherfucking loves Okada
Yes.
in Japan.
Everybody's like,
Most
"Oh my
of
God, Okada and Naito again!" But every time Okada and Naito win something, the place explodes and they do record box office numbers and record views and attendance.
yeah,
Because it fucking rocks.
Because it rocks, man.
it's
It
so good
rocks
every
because he's
time.
the best. And here's what I my merch idea, that I was discussing with my girlfriend is that Okada should have a line of pajama pants and gym shorts because his tights, every era of Okada pant and tight, unbelievable stuff.
Mhm.
They look incredible.
Yeah, I want them all.
I didn't know where you were going yet, but
didn't
like
know
we
either.
don't buy that, wouldn't we?
Oh,
Dude.
absolutely.
When he had them long boys, are you kidding me? I want Okada pajama pants with the fringe on the side. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
those are bitchin'.
those
Those
are
are really
cool.
cool. They kind of remind me like if the Bucks did their gear like the way I would
Well.
like it, you know? Or we could just say, well, whatever. But no, it really gave me that kind of nuance. I loved it.
Yeah, here's the Bucks are like goats. They're unbelievable. they on purpose dress like shit, and if they don't,
Oh, it's incredible.
boys,
Yeah,
No,
it's
they're geniuses. They
ridiculous.
know what they're doing.
of course.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
do.
it's drag. They
It's
know
a
what
bit.
it is.
Yeah,
They know what's
exactly.
up.
It's
so
reverse
dr-
drag.
I love that comparison so much.
It's masculine drag, and they're dressing bad on purpose, and it's unbelievable stuff.
So
It's
true.
art.
King.
So subversive. Okada, NJPW, give us pajama pants. We'd all buy them.
Oh my god.
I wear
I'll pre-order
shorts.
every pair.
I literally would buy
Yeah.
every single pair. I'd feel like a king at bedtime.
Hey,
Unbelievable.
It is what it is. I'll go to my bed fucking just doing this one. My wife being like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Rest me in fringe and spandex.
Winning the
Exactly.
G1 in my dreams.
Oh, amen.
All
All right, everybody.
folks.
Well, that's our show. Thank you all so much for joining us. We will see you next Monday, and hopefully every Monday until all three of us are dead.
Yeah.
All right.
Love it.
Good night, everybody.
We've been
Bye.
Depressly.
So true. So true.